Hello everybody, it's Patty here with Patty Stitches. Today is March the 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day everybody, 2025. And this is episode 300. On today's show I have haul and whips. So sit back, relax, grab your beverage of choice. I'm doing water. Your craft of choice, and let's chat. So how was everybody's week? Mine has been okay. The littles came on Sunday. I went knitting on Friday. I've been mostly hanging out here at the house, stitching, knitting, and having a good time. So I really don't have anything to blather about. This is my second time because I blathered all over the place about my ups and downs about my driver's license. Just say I still haven't gotten it. And I had to restart the whole thing today. And I had to go down to the local DMV to do it. So I'm going to wait another 2 to 4 weeks to see if it shows up again. This is ridiculous, people. Ever since 9/11 and the Patriot Act and having to have a real ID, yeah, this is not fun. I'll just say that. It's not fun. And I'm not happy. But this is a show about stitching and not complaining about our government. So shall I get on with the stitching? I think so. All right, so I realized when I was putting things away last week that I forgot to show you one of the projects that I worked on at the first week of March. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that one right now. I did work on Halloweenies, and this is by Plum Street Samplers. And let me know if you like this better. I don't have the ring light on. So hopefully I'm just using the stand and don't have the light. So hopefully you guys can still see stuff. I am stitching this on glasses. Yeah. This is on 36 count light mocha Edinburgh linen by Zweigart. And, oops. I worked over on this section this time, so I got quite a bit done over there. But I think it's coming along. So cute. It's so cute. But I don't know. There's something about this that just doesn't call to me as much. And I'd really like to get this done this year and not carry it into next year because it's not that big. It's really not. And I am using the called for floss. So, yay, which is Gast and, what is the other one? Gentle Arts. Gentle Arts, yeah, Gast is Gentle Arts, sorry. Gast and Classic Colorworks. So, yay. Okay, so what I worked on last week. Here we go. I worked on Hawthorne Hill Sampler by Rosewood Manor. And this is being stitched on 28 count gingerbread cashel linen. And I'm using the called for Valdani floss. Or not Valdani floss, what is this? Weeks Dye Works. I don't know why I have it on 28 count. But I did a 28 count. With the Weeks Works. Okay. And I did some more alphabet. So let's see where was I. I was on the N. So I did the N through to the T. And if I had finished the T, I would have finished that first block of alphabet. So, yeah. Not bad though. I really am enjoying it. Kind of wish I had done it on the other side though. Look at the modeling on this side, but I did it on the wrong side. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, then I worked on, ooh, yeah, I worked on one of my favorites here. Let me get the booklet out. out. So this is Jane Hopkins, 1875, by Hands Across the Sea. And if you haven't watched me before, the reason I picked this one is because on if you go to 1, 2, 3 stitch, this thing looks like it just vibrates off the screen. It is so bright and so beautiful. And I am working right in here. So let me see what I'm stitching this on. There it is. I am stitching this on 36 count legacy linen. This is another Zweigart. And here I am. So I worked more on bringing the flower over. And I finished up this leaf here. Started working down into this greenery. But oh, it's so pretty. It's so much fun. And I am using the Soie de Gers silks. So beautiful. They are just fabulous. They are so much fun to work with. I am really enjoying them. I did take them off of, I think they're on a spool. Or they're in a, I can't remember how these are presented. They might not be on spool. I think they might be on a, like a skein. And then I just put them on my floss drops. So beautiful, beautiful. This is one that when it pops up, I'm really happy about because I just love it. So the 13th, so I did some dark 13 stitching, and it is of course the Carriage House Samplings Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I am stitching this one on 40 count Heritage by Picture This Plus, and I am working on this block. So this block's done, this block's done, this block, this block, and this block, and this block. So I have these blocks plus this big one. And the big one is the one I'm going to do last because it's the most interesting block. And this block is going to be hectic because of, oh, it is full coverage. Yeah, that's a full coverage block. So once I get this block done, I may just go ahead and jump down to here. I've got one skeleton done, so I need to add the other 2 skeletons and the worms and then do this as fill-in when I get to it. This is one that's going to be worked on at least once a month. And if I can do it on the 13th and the last day of the month. So let me see. Okay. All right. So I just worked on some more of the pumpkins. So I have finished this pumpkin here. There's a big pumpkin here and a big pumpkin here. And then I just have to fill in. And then there's a couple of littler pumpkins up here. But it's almost completed. I think maybe 1 or 2 more. And then this one will be done. And then I'll move down to this block. This block's really hard to see. But there, I did the words and then and one of the skeletons. But that's where we're at. I just want it to be done. I want all of these to be done. I know we all say that. We just want them to be done. But this one is like, I am so done working on it. All right. Then I worked on Witches Training Academy by Kathy Barrick. And this is on 32 count Hawk by Fortnite Fabric. And I pulled the called for and some of my own. And I did change up the colors on the other witches. So I went for a darker color hair since it's really hard to see the hair on this one. And her face is really hard to see. So I went a little bit darker on the face. So I got the broom put in and then I just have to finish that. And I worked on this other witch. And I finished her. I finished her skirt and her shoes. So once the broom's done, she's done. So, but I'm still debating if I'm going to pull out her hair and her face. I may wait until the very end and then decide, or just leave her like she is. And the rest of them, just, like I said, I went up to it a little darker, so it's better to be seen. But I think it'll be okay. I'll just have to wait and see. All right, and then I worked on my Whip Go project, and it was, one of them is Death by Cross Stitch. And it's a long dog sampler on 32 count bisque by Lakeside Linens. And I pulled it off of its stand because I have to make a decision on where I'm going next. So here is where we're at. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. I'll bring it in here in just a second. So I've got to decide if I want to drop down. And so I finished this area. I finished this area. So I'm either going to jump down and do this motif, or go over and start putting in, over here, the big motif that's over here, or come and work on this part of it. So I'm still up in the air about which one I'm going to work on. So that one I'll go back on its stand in the next couple of days, because yeah, I've got to get to that point. Okay, and then the last project is Steampunk Portal, and this is the Sal by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's being stitched on 25 count, easy count, 1/1 using the called for DMCs. I did finish page 3 and did a huge amount on page 4. So yeah, last week I did so good on page 4. 939 is done. 3371 is done. 823 is done. And I am working on 310. And it's almost done. I think there's like 400 more stitches, or 300 more stitches of 310. And then that color will be done with this 4-page row. I'm so excited. I'm so happy about how this is turning out. Yay. So definitely we'll be working on that. Purchases. Okay, so you have seen this pattern, and I purchased a red and rust colored to do this Green Rhapsody by Rosewood Manor. I really got to thinking and got to looking at it, and I went, no. I went back on Silks for You, picked up a green and a blue Silks for You. So this is what I'm going to be stitching this on, and I may be starting this sooner than later. So, but I will get to that when I get to it. I am thinking about starting it if I finish 1 or 2 of the projects for my 25 and 25. I may start it. I may start this one and the Red Rhapsody. We'll see, because I'm really getting an itch to start something. Yeah. So looking around, I really don't have anything else to talk to you guys about. So I hope that you are all staying safe, healthy, and happy. And I hope that whatever you craft it to your heart's content. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.